shorter. Hang on. There we go. I'm a little taller. Oh. So Mark already answered my usual first question. He's drinking some Diet Pepsi. And you recently started new recipes blog on blogger.com. Awesome sauce. Let's see. Well, looks like it's just you and me so far. Oh, no, we got a couple more popped in. What is everyone else up to? G'day, Nate. We are sipping on coffee, and the girls are having milk right now. Awesome. What have you been up to? It's been a whole 2 weeks. I haven't been up to much. Just did the Father's Day thing last week. And I don't know. I didn't get my dad much, but at the end, he's like, best Father's Day ever. I'm like, well, you have really low expectations, dude. But yeah, it was a good time. I'll be honest, I'm like super exhausted today, so I'm not going to be as animated as usual. But I'm here. So what have you all been doing the last 2 weeks? I've mostly just been, well, aside from the Father's Day thing, I've been working. And, oh, what bit me right here? I don't know. I'm hoping not bed bugs, but it could be. I don't know. Like my bed, I've got like the traps under, so I don't get bit in bed anymore, at least. But with the warmer weather, I think they might be like coming on over from next door. Like the apartment building next door apparently is infested. So, yeah, when I sit in the living room with Mr. Cocktails, I think that's when I get bit. Does my dad still have that Thrillo? I did. I mean, he does still have it. Yeah, absolutely. And when I first started painting, I was staying at my parents' during COVID, and he has a whole whack of my paintings on his wall too and everything. But yeah. Oh, and to answer your question, Mark, I answered it in my brain, and then I realized, I didn't actually type it up. But yeah, I didn't come up with the idea of a blanket becoming a pillow, per se. My best friend in high school, her mom used to make what she'd call quillos, which is like she'd quilt. It was like a thin quilt that would fold up into a pillow. I just called it a Thrillo because it's like a throw, like a crocheted version. So I just kind of like adapted something that existed. Oh, that sucks, Mark. Oh. You're still going, okay, you might still be going away next month. Where would you be going? Does he like being called Mr. Cocktails? Actually, he actually showed up in one of our TFF lives, and he logged in as Mr. Cocktails. So that's actually where that name came from. So a blanket. I'm going to stick with Thrillo. Yeah, quillos are kind of cool too. Yep. I'm not sure you're at Coco. Maybe Banff again. Okay. Well, Banff is awesome. That is definitely not a bad place to go. Yeah, Banff is beautiful. I've only ever been there once, but highly recommend. I would go again if, I don't know, if I didn't have other places to go. Nate says we're planning on heading west to a town called, Gundwindi. Did I say that right? 2 hours further east on the same border. I think I tried to pronounce that last time too, huh? Gundwindi is what I'm going with. All of BC is beautiful. That's hardly fair. That's a true story, but Banff is very storybook-esque, I find. It's like what you would picture in your mind of just like not so much in the summer, but in the winter, it's like a snowy, Christmassy, paradisey kind of like just quaint little town. But I would like to visit in the summer too. That would be awesome. But yeah, pretty much anything in the mountains for me is like sold. I love the mountains. Like when I went to Germany, just being in the Alps, oh my God, it was heaven. That's definitely on my bucket list to get back there. I went through BC on a bus in winter, Coco. I've seen a lot of it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure like all of it is absolutely beautiful. But again, just Banff is just storybook. But I picture in my brain in like a storybook Christmassy, wintry scene, you know? Yeah, the Rockies are amazing period. Exactly. No imagination. Just try that again. Nate says, no imagination needed. Just stare out the windows going, wow, wow, wow. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because like, I don't know. I probably mentioned this a few times or whatever, but for anyone watching the replay, you guys probably know this. But yeah, I lived in Alberta for a little bit, but I refused to drive back home without going west first, making it all the way to BC to check out Banff in that area. Yeah, I could not like go all the way back east. Going that little step farther to check out BC. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, definitely worth a trip back, Mark. Absolutely. Your room still looks like the blank canvas they generate on Reno pages. I know. I haven't had much time to like actually Reno shows. Yeah, I figured out what you meant. Yeah, I haven't had much time to do anything with it yet. The fact that I got down here was an adventure. But I was going to use some vacation time to like, spruce it up or whatever. But I'm spending 2 weeks of my vacation going to Florida in July. So that's out. But I'm hoping to work like a couple of half days while I'm out there to recoup some vacation days. So maybe I could throw those onto a long weekend or something. Maybe get some stuff done. Mark says, I do remember the store, Coco. You lived in Edson. Yeah, exactly. For a few months, right? I lived in Edson for maybe about a month, and then we moved to Edmonton. Hey, Patsy, how are you? Yeah, I was in Edmonton for probably 6-ish months or so. What are you up to, Patsy? How you doing? Edith is done. We are very close to trying to walk. Oh, Edie, gonna walkie? Oh, I totally forgot to drop the link. Yeah, I'm not in my actual channel, so I can't like pin it, but hey, Nancy, how are you? Yeah, so I just dropped the panel link. Anyone that wants to come is welcome to. I'm not doing much. Nah, I hear ya. You doing okay, though? You good? Mark says, I've been to West Edmonton Mall once. Talk about amazing. Yeah. Yeah, that like, see, there's not a ton of, hang on. Yeah. Yeah, that like, see, there's not a ton of, I hear myself. Hi! Not a lot to do in Edmonton, but that
no volume on this phone.
For sure.
Volume.
The amusement park and everything. We ended up going to the amusement park one day. We never did the water park though. Hi, sweetie pie. Hello. Hello. Hi, it's anybody. We have everybody today. Hi, anybody. She's looking over. You know where the real me is, eh? Oh my God, they're too cute. How you doing, Carmen?
Hi.
Look at this one. Don't worry about the TV's like a minute behind. Someone's on holidays.
Hi, cutie pie. Hi. She put her hand up. Oh my God. I am so in love with you people. Oh, I love the babies. Hi. You just a big smiler, huh?
we just had our milk, so we're on post milk high.
Ah. Oh, they're just so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They have that energy again, eh?
But they went to play group and they got a little bit sick, and then they gave it to mummy. The mummy had to, and then mummy gave it to daddy.
Oh no! So did you make mummy and daddy sick?
Little germ monsters.
Oh, hang on. Patsy says, I'm okay. I go for right eye contacts, cataract surgery on July 3rd, just after birthday. Well, happy birthday to you. That's a yucky birthday present. I hope it all goes well. You got a water bottle? That's one of my dog's favorite toys.
They're watching themselves on the big TV as usual.
Oh my God. You guys are adorable. You're adorable. A little toothy smile.
They're in hoodies because it started out at least about -3 today, if not colder.
Okay.
Oh, and Carmen was at the back window the other day, like the kitchen window, and the kangaroo family was right at the fence. And you might be able to pull up a picture. We can show you a picture of a picture. But two of the mamas have the babies, the joeys, in their pouch.
Oh my God, that's awesome. What have you been up to, Noni May? Oh, Patsy says she hasn't been up to much either on her channel. Yeah, I got this like once a week. Lately, it's been like every other week because things have been happening. Hi, sweetie. Hey, Chris. Long time no see. How are you? You're so smiley. You got big smiles for Coco? You got big smiles for Coco? Yeah, you got big smiles.
I've got at least 8 teeth now.
8 of them?
Yeah.
That's a lots of teeth. Right, Mark? Way too cute. Oh, hang on. Let me make it big.
You do it.
Oh, look at that. You got the baby in there. Oh.
Is there a different one?
Yeah. One more.
Oh, shit. I'm juggling a lot of things.
Oh, look at that. That is so amazing.
That was from our kitchen window.
Wow, that's crazy.
Carmen said there's about 4 of them. 4 of them are mums.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
I see you. I see you. I'm over here too. She's like, no, I want to see the big me.
I'd like it noted that Carmen is in her designer pajamas. What's the brand?
Oh my goodness.
Peter Alexander.
Oh, fancy schmancy.
Yeah.
I'm in my Walmart pajamas. You just can only see me from like here up.
I'm in my Father's Day present, Buffalo Bills hoodie. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And the girls are in their op shop thrift store hoodies.
Yeah, I've never felt the need to spend a lot on children, like baby clothes, because they outgrow them so fast. I do like thrift store stuff for them.
We save the good stuff for, like, if you see over there in the corner, the DJ table.
Yeah.
There was a toy sale, and that was on the front page, and we're like, oh, DJ table, got to do that. They hold a button. You hold a button, it records your voice for 5 seconds, and it turns it into a remix. That's
awesome. They didn't have that cool stuff when my babies were babies.
DJ Edie was entertaining us last night. She was DJing for a good half an hour.
Were you DJing, Edie? Are you the DJ?
Like wave their hands in the air and all that, and she looks around and realizes that she's getting a reaction, and it's like, oh, I'm doing that.
Oh my goodness.
So they spin the wheel, and there's little piano keys and switches, and yeah. I don't know where to look. Oh, do I look at?
Hi. Hi, everybody.
That look. That was my moment. That was my moment. I was talking to Coco, and then you interrupted it.
At 6:27. Let me go back.
Is that?
Oh, Kenny got engaged. Yeah, I
Oh,
noticed that really quick in scrolling.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta reach out to him. I haven't seen him forever.
You can comment because you'll get private messages from weird old ladies.
Yeah, Carmen sort of made a joke about that the fiance could look after him and all that, and some lady messages her about, oh no, but they're not allowed to be living together and all this and all. It's like, it's just a fun comment. Like, don't take it literally.
Why would they
He's
not
one
be
of
allowed
those
to live
cases.
together if they're married, though?
Yeah, oh, he's got
No,
his.
because she's not allowed to have a boyfriend because she also has 100% disability and she still lives with her parents, and it's like, well,
But they're still adults at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Like, you can't
Mhm.
prevent them from adults. They're legally
Yeah.
adults. It's
but if they're
Well, I
engaged,
mean,
maybe they haven't met yet. Who knows?
yeah. I mean, I guess technically, if she's under a conservatorship or something like that, I don't think she can sign a legal document, including a marriage license, maybe.
oh, okay.
But I mean, her parents are only been around for so long, right? So
Just wait them out.
that's a very dark thing to put out there. But it's
Right,
good.
but-
Like as a parent, I would want someone to continue after me to help take care of someone that couldn't take care of themselves, you know? So I wouldn't avoid that completely, that idea for my child.
Ow.
If someone's willing to take them on, then
And aren't they better as a two than a one? Like, at least they can work out things together.
yeah, exactly.
Ow. Ow.
Oh, Kenny's still on
Ow.
Messenger. Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to Kenny on Messenger for sure.
That's
Yeah,
Daddy's
go Oilers! Woo! Yeah, time to
They
bring the
win it.
cup back to Canada.
Yeah, I think too that if it's so secretive, like this lady was messaging me about it being so secretive, you know, and it's like, well, yeah, I don't know.
I just want Edmonton to win because I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, so then I hear a lot about the Buffalo Sabres. So I want Connor McDavid to not win anything ever.
Oh my
They
goodness.
pegged so hard to get that guy as their second option, and then he signed to someone else the moment he could. It's like, yeah, screw you, mate.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem though, is like nobody wants to live in Canada. It's so cold.
No, he was in Buffalo. He was a Sabre, which is, I know Buffalo's like basically, you know, American Canada, but still.
Yeah, I suppose.
Was that Minnesota? I think Minnesota might be more America Canada,
Yeah.
but
I can see a lot of NHL players' wives being like, dude, if you have the choice between like Canada or somewhere warm, let's
or
pick somewhere
Florida.
warm. We'll take a little less money to go somewhere warm.
Is it Carolina or is it Florida that they're playing?
We're playing Florida.
Florida, yeah. So he moved from Buffalo to Florida. Yeah, that sounds like a wife decision, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Listen here, you can
Oh
make
my
the exact
goodness.
same money, but then they say it's for taxes as well. I think that they get a lot less taxes in somewhere like Florida compared to New York, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Edmonton doesn't have a lot of taxes because of the oil. So they're pretty low tax. But Quebec, like Montreal Canadiens, their tax is pretty high. Quebec has high taxes.
And you see old Conster in the corner?
What am I looking at?
Oh, Connie's over there.
Oh, Connie's over there. There she is.
In her usual spot. Where Izzy is. Izzy was in the room with us when we were having a play, and now she down there. Yeah.
Looks like Aggie fell asleep on the bottle. Oh, she moved. He's so smiley. It's so funny. I see you.
Yeah, for some reason, watching your live stream, I can't make it. Like, yeah, you have the chat on screen when you're on TV. It won't let me have the pop-up chat on the TV, so I have no idea what's going on.
Well, for a bit, everyone was saying how cute the girls were and stuff. Everyone was saying hi to everybody.
Can I hold the phone in that hand and drink my coffee a little bit? Would that be all right?
Yeah, don't make us stop you from coffee. That's a no-no. Okay. All parents are better on coffee. Yeah. Oh. Extreme close up. Extreme close up.
Who's that baby? Who's that baby? Who's that baby?
Oh my God, they're so adorable. Oh.
Is you adorables?
Yeah. You're the cutest babies ever.
Oh, ever. Wow.
That I know now, anyway.
Your kids will watch the replay of this and be like, wait a sec. Mother.
I highly doubt my kids watch my replays. If they're not here live, they're not here.
That's sad. They can just put on an hour and actually, catch up with their mum and hear what she's doing.
Yeah.
I'd like a mum on YouTube.
I don't think they know that this is my regular schedule now. They never got the memo.
We're still enamored with this bottle. This bottle is just like the world's best toy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That makes awesome noises too, right? So
yeah, look at the focus on it.
I fly out on the 7th of July, Mark. And I splurged. I got business class this time. I'm like, no, I'm flying in style this time. So yeah, so that'll be nice. So does anyone in the chat have any awesome summer plans or anything? Aside from Banff, because that's an awesome thing for sure. And Mark's going. Up to you too.
It's like summer plans. We've got winter plans.
What winter plans you got?
We're going to Goondiwindi.
Oh yeah, Goondiwindi. So I said it right?
Yeah, it's going to be slightly warmer out there, which Mummy will love. Only slightly. Only because nowhere's colder than here, so everywhere's warmer. unless we head south over to the border.
Okay. Oh well, happy early birthday, Nancy.
But we've done a couple of day trips out there, and like there's a town about an hour away that we go to quite a bit called Texas, so we'll go through there, and then it's one of those things where you go 2 hours away and then you sort of set up a base, and then from there we can do day trips to other. Like there's a town that we went to with a friend of ours called St. George. There's a town that we did a video on our YouTube channel a while back where they filmed, what was it, Postcard something? Or some There's a Hugh Jackman movie that was filmed at this very famous location, and we went to get their main. We got there early and went to have one of their main meals that they do as a specialty, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we don't have the bread," and it's like, "Oh," so we just left. They might try there again, and we go down into New South Wales a little bit. So yeah, it's just good to have the base of the caravan, and then we can move around from there.
Find a central location and just adventure from there. Oh, Patsy says, my oldest daughter and all of my grandbabies are moving to Florida July 8th. I'm going to miss them. Oh, that's sadful.
I don't get why people would move to Florida. I've been there, but that's the last place in the world I'd move to.
Probably people that want warm weather. That's the only reason I can see.
I get that.
California too, but
we're very different cultures. I understand that. But when it comes to, like, if you talk to any Australian, the whole idea of this stand your ground rules to Australians is terrifying. To Americans, they think, all the power to you, you should be able to. But anyone outside of it, like, stand your ground just sounds like terrifying to us.
Yeah. I mean, if you just like say what they need to know, like if you've done nothing wrong, I know people like,
but people using it as an excuse. Like I've seen ones where people, get into a pushing match in a car park over a car spot, and the person feels threatened, so they'll pull out their thing, and it's like, really, did they really need to die for that? Yeah. So that's what worries me, that it could be a misunderstanding, a brief altercation, and then it's like,
someone losing the ball in the yard, and then
like there's the famous one where it's not to do with stand your ground. But one thing, like with disc golf and all that we knew there was a kid that jumped over someone's yard to get their frisbee back, and then when they were climbing back out, they got shot at. And it's like, that's a kid retrieving a frisbee from your yard. Like,
Yeah,
come
that's
on.
crazy. Yeah. Yeah, we don't got a lot of those in Canada, so that's not something that happens here for sure. And then says, "Hey, I live in Florida." Oh my goodness. Mark says, "Coco, I might even just do a staycation here in Northwest Ontario. Lots of great camping spots here." Yeah, I love camping. I've not been camping since 2019, so I got to do that again soon.
The other thing I didn't like about Florida was all the darn tollways.
There's a lot of tolls?
Yeah. Tolls everywhere you go. It's tolls everywhere.
Oh.
Like, I couldn't believe it. It was like every road you jump on, it's like, this is going to be $7.80. This is going to be, it's like, so you sort of jump in your car thinking, we'll head down to here and all that. And then it's like, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And it's like, come on.
Yeah. My GPS can avoid tolls, but might make the road trip a lot longer.
I think it'll be a lot longer yet.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Mark says, I've been to the Sunshine State once, Nancy. My all-time favorite trip, but too many hurricanes down there. I've been to South Beach once, in Miami. And the thing I found very surprising was that the sand hurts your feet there. It's not like powder white sand like in Mexico. It's like red, hot, burns your soles to your feet sand.
Excuse me. We are Sunshine State here too. Queensland is the Sunshine State.
Is it?
Yeah. But then Daddy moved us to like the coldest part of the Sunshine State.
He's like, enough of the sunshine. Hi, sweetie. Hi, smiley pants.
It's Aggie.
Coco's gonna get you. Coco's gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Oh my God. I love them so much. Is that hilarious?
I'm laughing at the lady on the screen. She's funny.
Oh, not funny enough to keep your attention that you don't have to change the channel to that Aussie woman at some point, though, huh? Oh my goodness. Hey, smiley pants. You're so smiley.
You're getting tickled. Did your mummy tickle you?
She looks exasperated about it. Oh my God.
Daddy can't laugh. Daddy laugh, Daddy cough. So Carmen barely kept her job.
Oh yeah.
She was really close to quitting. She created a new menu based around everything they said. They rejected it. They made a whole bunch of idea changes and all that. So then she redid it. Got in trouble for not having enough hot foods because she was so busy trying to get this menu done. So because they like it's one of these things where if they run out of hot foods, like you imagine when you're back in school in the day, if you went to the canteen with 5 minutes to go and they were sold out of hot food, it's like, well, tough titties. You waited till the end. But they expect her to have hot food available, but then also expect there to be no wastage. Those two things don't work together. No. So she did a whole new menu up based on all the changes and all that. And one of the ladies just sent her an email saying, "Oh no, we're rejecting that menu too." So I said, "That's your linchpin, Carmen. That's the thing. You can go to work and be like, nah, this is my menu. You either accept it or I'm out the door because I'm a chef. I know what I'm doing. I've been in this job long enough and all that. If this is the menu that I say I'm doing, then you do it." And the guy's like, "Oh, no, she didn't mean it that way. Like, she meant that, it's really close. Just a few little changes we can work out over the semester and all that." Because Carmen was ready to I said, you need to find that one, what I call it, the breaking point.
Yeah.
That was the breaking point, the thing that you could lean on and be like, "Nah, this is where I'm
going to." My breaking point would have been way before that. Honestly, all the shit I've heard about.
Like the principal was not the principal, who was away? The PNC president was away. What do you guys call it? The PTA. The PTA president was away, and Carmen, I said, no, you demand. You say, this is a workplace. I demand to see someone today to talk about this. I don't want to deal with it all the way through holidays
Yeah.
and have it on my mind and all that. So she had to wait 2 hours or more. They kept walking back and forth in front of us saying, "Oh, we'll get to you soon. We'll get to you soon." You know, we're so busy in, our tiny little town school of like 800 kids. Like 600 kids. And, so
That's like my graduating class alone.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
I went to one of the biggest. It was the biggest high school, public school at the time, and now it's dropped right down for some reason. But my school was like, I went to a very small university that had like 200 people in it, and my senior shirt from the year before, like do you do the senior shirts with everyone's name on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was like people would see the front of it and go, "Wow, you're in a really big school," and I'd be like, then I'd turn around and it was like twice as many names on the back.
Yeah.
Like I think the graduating class was like 220 or something.
Mm.
And these people, being in a small country town, these kids were coming from towns with like 30 people. And I was like, no, that's just the first part.
Yeah. Our shirt with the signatures was elementary, like primary school graduation. We didn't do that because, again, we had like 600 people graduating that year from high school. So, yeah, there's no room for all those on a shirt unless they were kind of like the sleeves and everything.
Excuse me.
Is that yummy? Is Daddy's string yummy? Like, what? You caught me.
Did we get all the details right for the most part?
Oh, the bonnets.
Oh yeah, did we tell you about that? That she got in trouble for them being 13,000. I think we did the $13,000 that they were down for the first semester she was back.
Oh yeah, because the other woman spent everything or used all your stock.
Oh no. But then the accountants came back and said, "Oh, we kind of got those numbers wrong.
We re-audited, and you're actually $3,000 up."
So she got in trouble for like,
and then it's like
a month, and it was wrong.
It's not ideal that you've got, it's very bad that you've got $13,000 deficit. So we're probably going to look at closing the canteen if it doesn't improve. And then about 4 weeks later, the accountants re-audited their work.
Oh, whoopsie.
And they miscalculated 13,000, and you've actually got a profit of almost 3. That's not an ideal profit, is it?
How do you fork up by $13,000?
That's what I said.
And call yourself an accountant.
Yeah, they're paying an accountant to do it. And it's like, so, there's no apology. There's nothing. Just like, oh, well, it was an error. And it's like, well, if we're BHP, that's just like, oh, yeah, it's a little error. No big deal. But we're a small country.
That's insane. Mark says, Coco, including you, I only supported select few YouTubers now, especially given all the drama that still exists. I've gotten caught in the middle of it too much. Oh, well, I appreciate that you feel safe here, Mark. That's what I strive, is to have like a safe space on YouTube here.
Yeah. It's hard when you're dealing with other people, and other people, don't see you as an actual human being. They see you as just like a number. And I think that's really, it's just disheartening in life in general. And it's like,
for sure.
Like what, I don't know, like it's just, it's really unfair that they kind of treat people like this, and, and then you speak up, and then it's like, well, you're now a troublemaker. And it's just, I'm not keen to go back. If I find something else over the holidays, I'll be quite happy to hand in my resignation. But
I don't blame you at all.
Like I had a meeting with the principal on Friday, and he basically just deflected everything and said, "Oh no, that's just how you feel. That's not how things are." And I'm like, in Queensland, you're allowed to. I went to see a counsellor in town. In Queensland, if you're having a meeting and that meeting involves you, no other states in Australia, just Queensland, if that meeting involves you, you have the right to record that meeting without anybody's knowledge. Other states, you have to have people's knowledge. So I've been doing that, and I came home and I said to Nathan, listen to this. And about 15 minutes in, he, like after the first meeting and how they were quite abusive about it, and everyone was attacking me, he's just like, it's bullying, turn it off, it's bullying. So I've been like, and then I had a meeting with the principal of the school, and he basically said, you know, everything's just being like he just deflected everything, and that's what they're trained to do, not to kind of, you know, take any responsibility. And I just, you know, at the end of the day, the micromanagement has to stop. I need someone to give me clear instructions that's not conflicting information, because I'll go to a meeting and then they'll go do this, so I'll do that.
Like
I'll
with
go to another meeting.
the hot box of,
and then they'll
we
say,
don't want wastage, but we don't want hot food running out.
Yeah, so everything they conflict, and then each meeting it kind of goes back to 2 meetings before. And then the other thing that I had a problem with was one of the teachers came in one day before I went on maternity leave and said, "Oh, my son's spying on you." Ha ha ha. He reports back to me. Ha 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 ha. And I'm like, that's really weird, but we kind of knew it anyway, the lady that I worked with. And then it's been getting a lot worse. And I said, it's actually getting to the point where I feel that I'm being stalked in my job. And if it doesn't stop, I'm going to take it further. And I'm going, you know, and they're just like, But
they want they want a bigger menu, but then they want everything made from scratch.
Yeah, that's right.
They want everything to be healthier, but then they want to cut the costs. It's like all these things contradict each other.
So it's like buy 3-star mince, which is meat, which is probably about 40% fat, opposed to lean meat, which is like mince, which is maybe 10% fat. And the price is about half, but by the time you cook 3-star mince, you get all this fat, and you know it's not great flavor. And then it's like, so you have to buy the cheap stuff, and then you have to make sausage rolls and pies from scratch and do all this from scratch. And it's like,
buy the cheap stuff, but then also shop local. It's like,
and shop local. But then now they're saying everything's got to be lean cuts of meat. If you have a chicken burger, it has to be under 1,000 kilojoules per serving of a burger. And it's like, when you're going to school and you're paying for Tuck Shop, which we didn't do, like it, you know, we have kids that do it every day. We have kids that do it maybe once a week or once a month. It's a treat for you as a kid, and it's part of a ride of being a kid. But they want to turn everything to, we have a traffic light system here. So green is like super healthy, orange is moderately healthy, red, we don't do red food. Wait a sec,
Fridell.
Yeah, the slop they used to throw on our plates when I was in school. Oh my God.
We got DJ Edie in the house.
We got DJ Edie. What are you gonna play us? Oh my goodness.
It's so cute.
Yeah, so it's just like, you know, like everything that you do. And anyway, so back to the traffic light system. So basically they want to remove all like water ice blocks, like I don't know what they would have over there.
What do you like with a long thin
like ice
water? What would you call that? Like
water or like flavored stuff?
Yeah,
it's something pops you call them. I can't think of what
like
they
a popsicle. Yeah, popsicle or a freezy.
The long thin ones. There's a name for that. Otter pops.
Freezy.
Yeah, so we're not allowed to have those.
Which they're a part of childhood.
We're not allowed to have cakes unless we make the cake from scratch. Like not allowed to use packet mix. And I'm like, so for example, we're using this chocolate mud cake packet mix, and a bag of it, by the time we make it up, costs us under $100, and we make $500 from that 8-kilo bag of mix. Okay. And even with adding brand to it, it's still not considered healthy enough for the PNC. So basically they want them to, you know, here's a bowl of carrots, kids, help yourself.
So basically all the things that, you know, like say you run a cafe or a bar, like cafes have coffee. Bars have bars have alcohol. They're all things that make it more profitable. Yeah. Whereas everything that can make them more profitable, they take away from it. It's like you need those things, your money makers. And they keep taking those things away. It's like, but this is something that helps our bottom line. It's like, no, you can't have that, can't have that. And it's like,
I would have gotten so frustrated like long before now and just like wrapped out.
All the things that she liked about the job when she started, all the creativity. And Carmen used to do like, you know, she did like Cinco de Mayo. She did like the actual theme days. Star Wars Day, Pie Day. Halloween. Like she did all these things, and now she doesn't do any of it because it's all seen as just money wasted.
But we, like the lady that I work with and I, we, you know, buy our own shirts, and you know, we put a lot of our own money into it, and we get nothing out of it.
It's not appreciated.
So it's not, if it's not appreciated, why would you keep doing it?
Yeah. It's all like that too with teachers. Even they spend so much of their own money just because like they don't have the funding to do the things to make the classroom fun and stuff like
That's
that.
right. And it's like, well, why should I keep doing it when everything I do is considered to be wrong?
Yeah. Yeah, I would have been.
Look at the babies and Coco.
Yeah, like this is like my new job now. My new job. It's been 2 years, believe it or not. I just had my 10 days ago was my 2-year anniversary at the job.
Oh, good
But
one.
like that's the longest I spent at any place because here you're not a number.
Yeah, that's right.
And I love that.
But that's how, like, Carmen, right up until the maternity leave, it was great. But then as soon as she came back and but this other woman that they seemed to like for some odd reason, even though she can't cook, would always leave to go have a smoke break or go to the shops and all that randomly.
Only person I know that burnt water.
Yeah, she burnt water. But they think that she's great, so all of a sudden now it's like,
I almost spat out my cocktail on that one.
Because they think there's a better option now. They're like, oh, we'll be mean to her, and if she leaves, then we go back to the other lady.
I've been in hospitality for over 35 years, and I do not know of anybody that's burnt water except for this person that took over from me. And then, but like I had a menu and she had to follow this menu, and she didn't. She just went and bought everything from the supermarket, like pre-made lasagnas, pre-made pasta sauce, pre-made cake, pre-made biscuits.
But because she was the fill-in, she got away with everything. Because, well, it's just the fill-in. But then at the same time, they kept telling her, odds are Carmen won't come back. You know, like she's be a new mother with twins and all that. So pretty good odds that she'll just decide to not come back. So you can't.
And yet they want you to make cake from scratch, which you can buy pre-made lasagna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm dealing with. And you know, like it's really so unfair.
But even like when it comes to the pre-made cake, like Carmen had a big debate about what from scratch. You guys use the term from scratch?
From basic ingredients.
So if you use a cake mix and all that, that's not from scratch.
No.
It's like, but it's still it's a cake mix. It's just a few of the key ingredients pre-mixed. You're still making a cake. Like
it's maybe a minute, because it's all powder schnut anyway, right? So maybe a minute amount of some kind of preservative or whatever, but not a lot.
So Carmen, as a chef, had to have a debate with this woman about what from scratch means. It's like, so what, when you're baking a cake, do you have to have regular flour and then add in the baking powder and all that? If you use self-raising flour, is that, because that's pre-mixed together, self-raising flour, is that still baking from scratch? Like, do you have to break it down to single ingredients to make it from scratch? So where do you draw the line? Like, if there's stuff's available nowadays, you know, do you have to make pasta? Can you buy like store pasta, or do you have to make like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah, exactly. Mark says, and yet Ontario teachers still strike because of their deflated salaries. What about everybody else? Maybe that's one reason the school boards are still underfunded.
The teachers in Australia make decent money. And like, that was one of the big debates they had, was the $2 sandwiches that they had there, that the teachers who make, was it like 85?
An introductory high school teacher is on from around 70,000, but teacher salaries can go up to about 150 or 60,000.
And if they take on different roles as well. And all that. And they're complaining about that they were restricted to only buying one of the $2 sandwiches from the menu because they're meant to be for the kids. You know, these poor, struggling families that in a small country town who can't even afford to send their kids to school with food sometimes. So the $2 sandwiches were for them, and the teachers would come, like one teacher would buy 3, and then when the husband would come in, they would give them 2 sandwiches for them to take to work.
Yeah.
And that's when the Carmen told that to the principal, and the principal's like, tell me who it is. I need names.
Yeah,
and Carmen's like, I'm not a tattletale. I'm not going to. Or did you say dibby dobber?
Yeah, I'm not dibby dobber.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's going on, but I'll tell you who's doing it.
So I had 4 people sitting in a meeting pointing their finger at me saying, you will tell us who it is. And I just said, you want to know, you come and stand in the canteen and you watch, but I'm no dibby dobber.
This is one thing that amazes me too, like, because I met one of the guy, what's his name? The one that I went to his garage sale.
Oh, he's
What's his role?
No, he does. His partner is on the PNC.
Okay, well, it was this couple that they're on the PNC board, like they're teachers, blah blah blah. Like
No,
they're
he's
Yeah.
nothing. He's just a parent.
but they're professional people in a small country town. So these people would be on $80, $100, $120,000 a year. 10 years ago in our town, like even 5 years ago, we were looking at buying a property for rentals, and it was like $200,000 for a house. And so these people have been living here all their lives, been making that sort of money, and then you hear about, oh, we're being kicked out of our rental. It's like, how do you not own a home if you're making like $100,000 a year and houses are 200? Why are you? And so all these people, like, there is a housing crisis in Australia. I fully understand that, but there's many people for a lot of years who could have bought, but chose not to because renting was easier. You know,
Yeah.
something breaks down, I just call the landlord and it gets fixed. You know, I don't have to worry about homeowners insurance and all this. So a lot of people chose to be renters and now bit them in the bum that now houses are too expensive. Yeah, I get there's plenty of people out there who never could, but there's like you're earning $100,000 a year, and like I couldn't imagine like the moment that we had the opportunity to buy a house, we did. As soon as that, you know,
We had the deposit.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, boom, we're getting into a house. We don't care where it is. We're just getting into one. Whereas some people who could be earning, like we had neighbours who, what was he on? Back when we lived in the big city, he would make $2,000 a week, the dad. Plus they had other family members that would always be living there. So they had like 7 or 8 people in this house, and we had like the 2 of us in a house, and they were like literally the same size house. So he's on $2,000 a week, and yeah, they never thought to buy.
Then they got kicked out,
That's
and then
crazy.
they rented another house, and then.
Well, how do you earn $2,000 a week and not for your first priority to be? Well, we need to be buying a house so we're not paying other people's mortgage. Like, and that house was only about $300,000 that we were living in at the time, so that was affordable.
I get it if you're somebody who's a bit of a vagabond who wants to move around a lot, or you have to move around. But when you just
but these are a big family who just wanted,
Yeah.
like, she would call it her home, and it's like, well, it's not your home.
And then they moved. They moved in January, and about a month after, they got kicked out of their rental again. So then now they're all living with their kids.
Yeah, she was posting on Facebook about woe is us. We
Wow.
can't find a rental and we're struggling and all that. It's like for all those years. But you got to remember too, like these are people who they party constantly, so they're always buying alcohol and both smokers. And in Australia, a pack of 40 cigarettes is like $50. So it's funny. Like I used to work in. Sorry, we're a bit taking over your chat today, Coco.
That's okay.
But
I'm too tired to come up with topics myself anyway. So
like I used to work in grocery stores, and like literally you'd see people buying all like the generic brands, all cheap foods, etc. And it'd be like, okay, that's $120, please. Oh, and I'll get a carton of Winfield, please. Scan it, boom, okay, that's $240. Like literally,
Double.
The cigarettes at the end would double their whole order.
Mm.
And they think nothing of it. They've like cheaped out on everything, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Smokes are expensive in Canada also, but I'm lucky enough to live near a native reserve where the white folk are welcome to come there to buy their cigarettes. So I pay $10 a carton, but otherwise it's like $70-$80 a carton.
But I think one time, like I used to, like where we live now, I used to work in the next town over. It was Big W, which is kind of like Walmart, but not the superstore. But it's Big W, like it was a distribution center, and there was only like 3 of them in all of Australia, and one of them just happened to be in our small country town, one town over. One week I worked the Saturday, I did a whole bunch of extra hours and all that, and I made $1,000 that week. That was the first time in my adult life that I made $1,000, and I felt rich that week. And I'm thinking the whole time, this guy's making $2,000 a week for the last 20 years, and they don't have a house.
Yeah, teachers aren't so lucky out here, though. I think we'd be a lucky teacher is making 40 to 45 grand a year, maybe.
Wow.
It's been a while since I looked into it, but yeah, they don't make much.
No, well,
Not
like
nearly enough.
as a chef with a degree in food science, I don't make 40 grand a year.
Not what you make, it's what you make of it.
Well, yeah, that's right. But yeah, it's just, you know, everyone complains about the amount of money that they make, but when you actually find out, because the internet, like there's here's an example, there's teachers at school who have retired, but they go back and be on-call casual. They get $88 an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And they buy a $2 sandwich. Yeah. They can't, you know, if you don't have $2 sandwiches, they're the ones that are attacking you. And I'm just like, go and talk to someone else. We're just doing our job, man.
That's crazy.
And
And I thought I was doing good with my hourly rate on overtime. Hi, Smiley Pants. Hi, Smiley. I see you. I see you. So Smiley. Hi.
Hey, Tinks.
Oh my God. Oh, you guys
But
kill
yeah,
me.
that's why we moved here, because houses were even more affordable than the city was, and this is like 2013, 2014. And then to hear the people that are making good coin, like even if you wanted, like a lot of people might rent the house that they would love to own, but then they'll be buying a house that's a good rental, and then they'll be renting it out to help pay for the rental that they live in. It's like, well, okay, well then you do that, and then
Move
when the
into the one
crisis
you
and
own.
all that, and then the crisis happens, and you kick people out of the crappy house, and you have to move into it, like tough. But yeah, like I couldn't imagine making that sort of money and not getting a house under you. Like that's just, and they're all crying about it now. Like there was one who was a nurse in Sydney who was on the TV last week, who, you know, she's working at like 78 and all that because she still can't afford, you know, after she pays her rent and all this and all that. It's like, you're a nurse, a registered nurse, and you chose to live in the most expensive city in the world. Like literally, the numbers came out last week. Sydney is the most expensive city in the world to live in. It's like, you're a nurse. You can move to Whoop Whoop. You can get yourself a 2-bedroom unit for like $100,000 still in a small country.
I would move just to say I live in Whoop Whoop.
Whoop Whoop, yeah.
Oh my God.
Now, people say there's no jobs in Whoop Whoop, but if you're a nurse, there's always jobs. There's always, and they're begging for the people like that. Like you can make 3/4. Yes, you're not making as much money, but you're making 3/4 as much as you are now, and the house is like 1/5 of the price.
Yeah,
it's like that's common sense to me. I know, but you want to live in the vibrant city of Sydney. Wow.
Whoop whoop.
That's what I think of. like I watch a lot. There's a YouTuber I watch called Cash Jordan. He lives in New York City, and he talks about like the rents in New York. You hear them and your mind just, it'll be a 1-bedroom apartment. It'll be $5,000 a month. And like you hear people talking about, but I still want to live in New York, because it's such a vibrant city with all the restaurants and cafes and shows and all that. If you're living in New York, you're not affording half of that stuff. But yes, it's great. You live in this amazing city, one of the most famous cities in the world, but you've got no leftover money after you're paying $5,000 a month rent. So you're not going to these top-class restaurants. You're not going to these Broadway shows.
Chris says, LOL, whoop whoop, great place for a honeymoon.
Yeah. You never
I don't even leave my house unless I absolutely need groceries. So like, I don't care where I'm at. Like,
I'm sorry, I'll Canadian up for everyone. So out at the boonies, no, the boonies. That's what in Canada the whole lot of nothingness is called the boonies.
Yeah,
which is basically was it Saskatchewan and Alberta? Is that where the main boonies are? Like through there?
There's boonies in every province. It's just the
Well,
farther you are from a major city.
Yeah, you're out in the boonies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we have Whoop Whoop, or beyond the Black Stump. We're going to go beyond the Black Stump, which there's a town that we broke down in and with a caravan, and it's where the Black Stump was from. So their pub is called the Black Stump. So
okay.
Oh, this cough, like it's one of those things you think you're getting better, and then as soon as you start talking or doing stuff, you find yourself having bloody coughing fits.
Oh my goodness.
So have you been crafting much? Been doing much
Honestly, no. Since I started working yesterday for the first time in a very long time, I picked up my crochet hook. I felt inspired. I was trying something out. Didn't work out, but I haven't given up. But I'm starting to slowly feel inspired to do things. So
I always seem to wake up about 2 minutes after Twisted Fiber Friends is on, so I never see what you guys are doing over there. It's about the moment when the girls start making noise at me and I'm starting to get in the world of consciousness.
yeah, that's pretty early for you guys, huh?
I think it's on at 6 to 7, and then you come on about 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this cough.
You could not pay me to get up at 6 to watch something. I'd be like, love you guys, but nope.
Oh. Is anyone else
Agreed,
in the chat?
Mark. Mark says inspiration is the key to creativity. What?
I was saying, is there anyone else in the chat, or is it still just Mark? And then I said, oh, I don't mean just Mark, but only Mark.
No, we got Mark, we got Chris, and a few other people. We had Patsy earlier. I don't know if she's still here.
Well,
we have
Coco,
Nancy.
all the main holidays are over now and all that, so you need to establish some consistency, lady. You need to be here every week.
Yeah, I except when the week I'm traveling to Florida, but we will do pop-up lives while we're there.
But it's like I noticed that as soon as you get a momentum on, as soon as you get to that week 2 in a row, week 3 in a row, that's when your old audience comes back. But then every time you skip one, then it drops back down again.
Yeah.
So it's finding that consistency.
I know. But, life happens, right?
You're on mobile phones. Just pop up for 10 minutes and go, hey, everyone, sorry.
I actually did that once for, was it Cody's birthday? I think it was Cody's birthday. I left to do TFF because his birthday started an hour later than expected. So I thought I was going to be able to jump onto TFF like when it was over. But I'm like, sorry, Cody, I promised I'd be there. And I left and like I streamed from my car.
I don't know what Edith's doing over there.
What got a turtle on her back. Are you a turtle?
I think I was somewhere else, and I don't think I told you. Oh, yeah, it was some other crafting ladies that I go to, but just I know you're about to go. But I was looking at something, and then I was talking to them, and I'm like, wait a sec. And I realized, like, I talk about my sister a little bit and all that. And one thing I noticed, did I tell you this? That we looked at every card that she sent them when they were born, their first birthday, their first Christmas, and all that. Not once has she used the word auntie on any of her letters. She just says from Kenya. And I saw that, and that's one of those things when you sort of, like one of those crime investigation things when you're like looking at the board and all the pieces line up and you're like, wait a sec, she never used it. I just reminded it because the cows that are on the floor are from her. Like they're little heat cows that the girls have. Like we might put them in the microwave and warm them up. But yeah, every card never says auntie on it. And it's like, so yeah. I just thought of it then. I thought that's a pretty big thing to not refer to yourself as an auntie.
Yeah. I actually don't either, but they just call me Coco. That's actually where Coco came from. Because they couldn't say auntie when they were younger. I was just Coco. So I'm just Coco to them.
Be like me being a little bit older and already lost my mum and all that. Like I'll never, like I should have, like I felt bad about it later, but I went to Carmen's parents' 50th wedding anniversary. And no one, like, nothing had sort of been said formally. And it's like it's the 50th wedding anniversary. Someone needs to stand up and say a few words. Like no one sort of wanted to MC and all that. And I thought, I've got to be the one to bloody do it. And afterwards I felt really bad. And I said to Carmen, I should have, like, I've never used it. I should have dropped so happy anniversary, mum and dad, just to sort of, hopefully hit them in the feels of like, wow, he's never actually called us that. But I just call her Nelly because that's just my nickname for her.
Okay.
So it's a bit like your Coco. But yeah, I thought of it later and I felt really, because I was the one that I stood up, the son-in-law, and said, oh, so everyone's great to see you all here and all that. It's like, why should it be up to me? You got your own bloodies. You got a son, you got a daughter, you got your brother here, you've got all these other people, but no, it was up to me.
Oh, good Lord. Mark says, Coco, I was looking up some of my blogging stats last night and found it interesting that my one post discussing the truth about me got the most views. Something positive indeed. Yeah, definitely. That's why, like, I will never pretend to be anything that I'm not. It's just I'm too lazy to keep up with all the lies. Like, no. And plus, like, if you're true to yourself, you'll attract the kind of people that you're looking for.
But I think it's a world too now that you can pick and choose. So it's easy to walk away from people. Where years ago it was a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You say goodbye, Coco?
I say bye-byes? Bye-byes. Bye-bye, Smiley Pants.
We're about to have some breakfast.
Breakfast?
Yeah. Oh, look at this. See, we're doing the whole sidestep walking. Good work.
Look at you go. Are you walking? Oh my God. I love them so much. If it wasn't for all the like the deadly insects and like snakes and shit out there, I would absolutely vacation out there just to come see you guys and the girls.
All that stuff's overrated.
That's overrated.
I've pulled around the book out here, and I've never been bit by anything. And I've been in as much bush and as much snake. Like I've picked up whole logs where there's been what do you guys call them? The black widows.
Yeah.
Like those sort of spiders, like a whole nest of them, and just been like, whoops. Yeah. Things don't generally bite you unless they really want to.
In Canada, we don't even get those though. Like, we have
I did get
poisonous anything up here. Yeah.
Yeah, I did have the scorpion bite, but that was while I was asleep. That doesn't count. I didn't provoke him or anything. He was in my area.
Problem. If
he was in my area.
If you poke at them, then I just won't poke at them, but they'll get you when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So everyone that's in the chat right now, if I ever visit Nate and I don't come home because something got me, just remember, Nate said,
The hospital's only 5 minutes away, don't worry.
No worries.
You're Canadian, we're all in the Commonwealth. I'll look after you. It's not like it was in America and then you'd go home with like $100,000 bill or anything.
Yeah. Honestly, it's not even so much the poisonousness of them. It's the size of your dang spiders. Oh my God. Some of the YouTube videos,
the smaller stuff
size
is the
of my
stuff you should
freaking
worry
hand.
about.
But
it's the smallest ones you should worry about.
But
like the jellyfish, the tiny little ones are the most scariest and the ones that'll kill you like that.
Spiders the size of my parents' dog.
Oh, this cough.
I would have a heart
attack.
Get
going anyway, so you can do your sign off and everything, okay?
All right. Thanks for coming up. Good to see you, Carmen. Good luck with everything. Tell them to shove it up their tookuses if they keep at you.
Bye, girls.
Bye, girls.
Bye, babies.
Bye.
Bye-byes. Bye-bye.
We don't know what we're doing. Okay. See ya.
Bye. Oh my God. Whoa, extreme close up. I don't like it like that. There we go. That's better. I like the background. The recipes I've posted thus far are getting good views too. That's awesome, Mark. Yay. Just remember spiders have 8 chanclas. The size of the spiders there, they could wear like human freaking chanclas though. That's the problem. Yeah, I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Florida in July for 2 weeks, Chris. So now I have to worry about alligators, but I just won't go to swamps. So that's the thing. Like in North America, if you don't want to run into certain like critter, you just don't go to a certain place. But yeah, I'll be in Florida for like 2 weeks in July, which is the worst time to go to Florida, but that's what everyone's going to be there. So that's what I'm going. But I should get going. But there was a but that I can't remember. So thank you each and every one of you for coming. Love you all to bits. You guys are literally the only reason I'm up here today. Because like I was super exhausted, but I love hanging with you guys. You guys are awesome. So have a great week, everyone. I will see you next Sunday around 6-ish. See you then.